Oh, now we come to my favorite. I love telling this story. Again, it's from when I was quite young, new to the job of teaching, and I had a class of rather boisterous students. They would chatter a lot, and well, I was having fun. I was the maths teacher. I just finished my degree in mathematics, and I was having fun sharing my newfound knowledge with these young people. Whether it meant anything to them or not, I don't know. Anyway, I was the mathematics enthusiast, and I really wanted to pass on my enthusiasm to the school children. This story is called Superman's Underpants. I was a new teacher at my first job in a secondary school. I was enthusiastic about mathematics and wanted to pass on my enthusiasm to the school children there. One day, whilst writing on the blackboard, I noticed that one of the taller boys was having a bundle of fun, attracting the attention of the class, distracting them from my teaching them the noble art of maths. Now, some of the teenage students were rather tall for their age. Several boys were taller than I was. Along with their age and size came an awakening interest in the opposite sex. In this co-educational school, the classes were a mix of boys and girls, which gave plenty of opportunities for the boys to show off to the girls and for the girls to show off to the boys. Realizing from the sound of laughter at the back of the room that I'd lost the attention of the class, I felt I needed to focus on teaching them some social skills. I paid more attention to what the boy at the back of the room was doing. Somehow, and I still don't know how, he'd managed to take off his underpants without removing his trousers and put his underpants back on again over his trousers like Superman. Yes, he was doing Superman poses with his underpants on. Now, I could have flipped out, shouted, and perhaps demanded that the boy leave the room, apologize, etc. However, I was so fascinated by his feat of dexterity that I had to ask, not why, but how? How did you do that? Standing beside this boy now, asking how, we shared the attention of the class. It was an opportunity to discuss useful social skills. In this case, the skill of knowing the difference between private and public behavior, appropriate behavior for a classroom, and how to get the attention you need without taking your pants off. A skill that could be useful for all the boys and girls in the room. I asked the boy to stand up and adjust his clothing in front of the class, which probably felt slightly embarrassing for him, but the kind of attention he was getting now was not as sexy as before. Being a young teacher, I still felt the need to play the role of teacher, to assert my authority in the classroom and to tell him off, so that everyone would know I am in charge of the classroom. And it felt daft looking up at this giant of a boy to say, don't do it again. So I grabbed the nearest chair, stood on it in order to be taller, and then, in an over-dramatized way, said, don't do that again. No, sir, he said, smiling and accepting the admonishment in good spirits, along with a lesson in social skills. I sent him out of the room to adjust his clothing.